Drone footage showed that Saudi Arabia's was under development. Actually, the line began. The project has been hotly contested in recent months, and most have claimed that it is too large to construct and more resembles something from a science fiction film. But how will this work out now that construction has actually started? Could this be the start of the world's largest megaproject? Or will the line end up being a trillion-dollar construction blunder that must be abandoned? Let us investigate. Hey folks, welcome again to our new video. If you like our content, please subscribe to Finite. Let's begin. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman revealed the exact route of the line in July 2020. He proposed two parallel 500-meter tall skyscrapers made of reflective glass, which are supposed to span 170 kilometers through the desert. This would be equivalent to two lines consisting of 2001 World Trade Centers each. The line is not just the biggest mega-project ever proposed, it's a new way of living. There wouldn't be any automobiles in the city, and you could get whatever you needed by walking for 5 minutes. The water utilized will also come from a carbon-free desalination plant, and all of the electricity will be generated by wind and solar farms. The city would become carbon neutral as a result of everything. There was a mix of amazement, awe, and mistrust in response to the suggestion. And while the trailers were watched millions of times on YouTube and other platforms, there was hardly any information on what was really happening on the construction site. Therefore, almost everyone believed that the line was just a publicity stunt to gain attention. But then around 3 months after the presentation of Mohammed bin Salman, things took a surprising. Construction began on October 19, 2022. Sky revealed drone footage of the construction site. The video shows dozens of excavators digging trenches along the desert that will serve as the line's foundation. The excavation has already extended far inland. It's difficult to say how far it extends, but they could be close to the mountains in the background. According to the official map on Neom's website, the line starts at this bay and cuts through these mountains because of the terrain. And since the sea is visible in the background, the footage was probably taken somewhere. So the excavations might already be 10 to 20 kilometers long. On top of that, more infrastructure is being built around the whole project. On Google Maps, there are multiple developments visible. There is a whole site with offices and camps close to the mountains, an NEM community with a football field and swimming pools, and an NEM experience center. Since these images aren't up to date, there are probably a lot more by now. So now that construction has really started, how could this turn out? Since this is unique in the entire globe, we can only hypothesize as to what will occur next, but we can say that there are essentially 3 options. The first scenario is that no one will be living there when building on the line stops in a few months or even years. It can end up being a project whose building status is uncertain, like the Jeddah Tower or the Dubai Crete Tower. In both cases, stunning renderings were shown and great promises were made. Construction was started and it looked like the buildings would actually be finished, but everything came to a halt and no progress has been made since. However, this seems to be a less likely outcome for the line since it is backed by an entire country and received massive attention from the whole world. Getting the project even close to completion could be a great opportunity to bring more tourists and investors to Saudi Arabia. The second scenario is that Saudi Arabia heavily invests in their current plans, and that over the next decades, the country really achieves what it promised in its trailers. Implementing certain features could definitely be possible, like having no cars generating 100% renewable energy, and implementing the idea of vertical living. However, when it comes to the sheer size of the project, it just seems to be undoable. We mentioned earlier that the line is supposed to have a similar height as the One World Trade Center, which took around 8 years to complete. While that's still a reasonable time frame, Saudi Arabia wants to build a structure of similar height, but 170 kilometers. That would essentially be like building a continuous strip of 2001 World Trade Centers. And since the project contains 2 of these lines, it would actually be like building 4,000 of them. We would arrive at 32,000 years, if we just multiplied each number by 8 years. Naturally, Saudi Arabia would construct them more quickly, because they could begin construction on several parts at once. But it does a good job of illustrating the scale. In essence, it would take centuries to complete the work. To give you another example, the 3 magnificent dams in China were built over the course of 17 years by almost 40,000 workers, although they only had a height of 108 meters and a length of 2.3 kilometers. It's tiny compared to the line, but there is a third possible outcome. given that they have already started construction. There might be a compromise. At the start, we asked if this could be the greatest megaproject humanity has ever seen or a trillion-dollar construction mistake. But maybe there is another option. The line is designed in 5-minute walk segments, allowing them to build the entire megaproject piece by piece. They could simply extend the length as needed, depending on demand. Furthermore, the height of the line could be adjusted, making the project more realistic and easier to construct. Even if the line is built on a much smaller scale, the concept of vertical living remains the same, and all of the features could still be implemented. It could be the world's first modern car-free city and open the world up to an entirely different way of living. Across the world, there are multiple initiatives to make cities more car-free. However, these have been limited to reducing car usage, rather than removing cars completely. Most major cities are centered around the car, so trying to change this is incredibly complicated. With the line, they get to start again from scratch. It could be the first larger city in the 21st century where the number of car journeys reaches. All of a community's basic amenities are intended to be within a walkable distance, and if not, a proposed underground railway system can be used for longer journeys throughout the line. When the first people start moving in by 2030, they could be living in the proposed high-tech society, but on a much smaller scale. It is an ambitious undertaking, and it will not be easy to complete, but we are making good progress, and it is exciting to see the vision come to life. On the other hand, many experts who are not involved in the project raise concerns. Marshall Brown, a Princeton University professor of architecture, told Dane that there would be so many physical and environmental phenomena that would have to be dealt with in order to achieve the rendering's incredibly minimal and singular character. Now that building has begun, what do you think? Will this endeavor somehow be a success? Future residents, will they truly reside there? Will this undertaking end up as a mega project that is abandoned? Comment below and let us know. Hope you liked this video. If you liked it, please subscribe to Finite. We appreciate your support and interest in our videos. Please join us for the next one.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now.